Key.
Hello. One of the few species which isn't in danger of extinction is the natural history filmmaker.
In every environment known to man, there are men making natural history films.
Many of these films have never been seen.
Because, like the men who make them, they're a bit peculiar.
Ow! Ow!
Suffer, baby.
I am.
Beetle of the yard. Beetle, his shell is very hard. Look, it's Constable Beetle of the yard.
I was proceeding across the sandpit, advising local residents to stay indoors. It was the day of the Ants rugby match, and I was expecting rowdy behaviour.
I'm off.
Black Ants! Black Ants!
We are ace, we are cool, we are red ants and we rule. We are red ants and red ants we are.
The red ants and black ants have this match once a year, and quite frankly, I wish they wouldn't.
Got something to sit on?
Yeah, nice bit of larch.
As soon as they'd gone into the ground, they started taunting each other. The red ants and the black ants don't really get on, and there's a lot of bad feeling on the terraces. And when they'd got the dragonfly's head off, the game started. And I'm very pleased to report that 10 minutes after that, the rain started. Well, the game was a washout, which certainly made my job a lot easier. After last year's match, I made 10,000 arrests, but this year I didn't have to make one.
Help me, boys! Help me!
Grab his antenna.
I'm going on its way.
Yes, there's nothing like a drop of rain to dampen the spirits of a hooligan.
Welcome to our Sezione Internationale Leone.
International section.
This week's film is from Russia.
It's a thinly disguised political allegory about a dictator's megalomania leading to the downfall of a nation.
The film is subtitled
Sieg Il.
Il площадь. Выкил площадь, den Squawkie Talkie.
Wow! Приветствую!
Юд сил шпин.
Рад.
Колде. Ища.
Krawódstoj usta peszka.
Пешка. Ладас вин. Лови.
Krowa? Wat das vindt dat ploevi?
Хладно.
Вот je half nigger. Ah.
Вот вил. Повтра. Спать фо.
Сном влоче, ти влад.
Вот шпигишпил. Пошпа. Вот по.
Schnablaczki blodzie.
Wocznik ta jabro. Tak.
Nie, Луврн Елшинвики.
Я в Страусский Владьев. Mit Флемботе Броков. Я дров вот дых.
Нак швак вот шишка. Это тегело. Ек билка. По. Декси.
Влад, добрачок.
Big Beshka drop, big boo boo, fish flash close. Tak strafiszka, ich kubu,
Piwo bliż pięknie tu
Nek trojtik, wenn Gotwa.
Ty skromno, jak nie każnie, to nie spraw.
Tonight we profile one of the most familiar faces in natural history films. He's been appearing regularly on our screens for many years, and yet hardly anybody seems to know his name. To those in the business, he's known simply as Frog.
Frog turns in a convincing and authentic performance every time. He's the professional's professional, or if you like, the frog's frog. Where did it all begin?
Frog was born and raised in Hackney Marshes. One of a very large family, the early years were extremely tough. The young tadpoles never knew their parents, and they grew up in a community where you never knew where your next meal was coming from or where you'd sleep that night.
Frog was a confident tadpole, and his natural talent soon caught the attention of wildlife filmmakers. Before long, he was appearing on the screen regularly. A spectacularly successful career seemed a certainty when suddenly tragedy struck. His younger brother, working with him on an exciting new project, was killed when a stunt went horribly wrong.
The effect on Frog was devastating. Plagued by a terrible sense of guilt, he fell into a deep and dark depression. He lost interest in his work, and his career suffered. The lowest point came when he appeared in a series of seedy, low-budget nature films for Swedish television. Things couldn't get any worse.
And so they got better. A producer at the BBC Natural History Unit, remembering Frog's early work, took a risk and cast him as the Frog in Cape Frog. It was a triumph, and the rest is natural history.
I went down to see Frog on the set of his latest film, The Locust Eaters.
Okay, number ones, everyone, quiet, sharp. Is the locust darling ready? Action! Okay, oh, cut! Right, lower a bit for him, darling. Lovely, yeah, okay, action! Action! Oh, cut! Right, in front of his face, and act. Oh. Yeah, print it, wrap it, lovely. And somebody write the locust parents. Oh, spat it out. Oh.
Since that visit, I'm very sorry to say that Frog has died. He was trodden on by a clapper loader. Frog.
Oh, my chest is shocking. I know, it's the damp.
There are more American detective series than I've had hot dinners.
And there are more penguins in the Antarctic than I've had cold dinners.
But there's only one detective who's a penguin.
And here he is.
My name's Penguin. Penguin. I'm a penguin. A private beak. It was Easter, and every penguin in Penguinburg was expecting an egg. Every penguin, that is, except me. What I was expecting was something called trouble. You see, in Penguinburg, there are two gangs, the beaks and the feet. And I just found out that the head of the feet wanted to see me for a little heart-to-heart. I set off. Being summoned by the Codfather had made me nervous, but I wasn't the only one. When I got there, the Codfather seemed a little tense as well. We sized each other up. And then we sized each other down. He put me in the picture. It was an egg napping, and not just any egg. It was the Codfather's. That's why he was tense. If he wasn't sitting on that egg again pretty damn quick, it wasn't gonna hatch. This was bad news, and not just for the parties concerned. For a while now, the beaks and the feet had avoided treading on each other's toes. A gang war was in nobody's interest. But I could see the codfather was very upset, and that meant upset feet. And upset feet meant upset beaks. The codfather's henge penguins had come up with nothing. The trail was going cold, and so was the egg. I had 8 hours to crack the case of the egg and keep the piece in Penguinburg, and Penguinburg in one piece.